welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. As y'all can probably tell, I am super excited for today's video because I'm going to be showing y'all some aesthetic iPad organization tips as well as my favorite accessories for my iPad. So without any further ado, let's get on with today's video. So the very first tip for having an aesthetic iPad is to have a cute case. So the case that I have is from Amazon and it is this really cute rose gold glitter case. One thing that did disappoint me a little bit about this case is this gray border. On Amazon, the picture had a light pink border around this case, but when it came, it was just like dark gray color. Obviously, it doesn't hinder the effectiveness of the case at all, but it would have been a lot cuter if it was light pink. But anyway, I still love the color. It is super cute, super aesthetic, and really matches the rose gold color of my iPad. One thing you'll notice about this case is that my Apple Pencil is charging here on top like it's supposed to, but it does have this like pocket at the bottom. The pocket at the bottom is super cute, but it's not really functional because I won't be able to charge my Apple Pencil while it's in this pocket. But as far as the looks go, as far as the aestheticness of the case goes, this case is definitely super, super cute. So the next tip for having an aesthetic iPad is having an aesthetic background. On my lock screen, I have this like beige and cream banana leaf background that I got off of Pinterest, and on my home screen, I have this like pink and like coral paint splotch kind of background that I also got off of Pinterest. I won't be able to link these sadly because I just screenshotted them. I didn't save them on Pinterest. However, if you guys do want to access some more like similar aesthetic backgrounds, I do have a Pinterest board on my Pinterest. Well, yeah, obviously if it's a Pinterest board, it's on my Pinterest. Anyway, my Pinterest is thandiinger, at thandiinger, just the same thing as like my YouTube name. And here I got this board called Aesthetic Wallpapers where I've saved 101 pins of really cute aesthetic wallpapers. So y'all can follow me there and access all of these cute wallpapers. I didn't make these wallpapers, but I did just save them as I found them. I feel like they're really, really cute. But enough about that. Let's get on to the next organization tip. So the next tip is to organize all of your apps into folders based on their category. The categories that I have are tech, games, food and shopping, school, editing, entertainment, health, socials, and business. And to take it even a step further to make it more aesthetic, you can actually change the font of the folder's title. So here we have tech, which is just the normal Apple font. But if you go on the website LingoJam, you will see that they have this bold text generator where you can type your title and it'll be in bold text, and then you can copy and paste it onto your app screen. And to type things on an iPad, of course you can just use the normal on-screen keyboard. However, if you don't want to spend the $279 on the Magic Keyboard, you can invest in a portable Bluetooth keyboard like this one. So this one I didn't buy it for my iPad. In fact, it is my dad's. He got it for Christmas. However, he really didn't need to use it, so he let me use it for my iPad. And it's this really cute restoration hardware keyboard that I can use to type the app titles. So I'm going to type the word tech. I like to use all lowercase, mostly just because I feel like it's more aesthetic and cuter. So here I have tech, which is the name of my first category. And then I'm going to hit bold serif because that's the font that I like, and I'm going to hit select, and I'm going to hit copy. And once I've hit copy, I'm going to go into the tech folder, edit home screen, delete this, tap it, and hit paste, and boom, here we have our new app title, our new folder title. So I'm going to go ahead and do this exact same process, but for every single folder on my iPad to make it more aesthetically pleasing. I'm just popping in to mention that LingoJam doesn't only do bold text. I just prefer the bold serif text. However, they do have a lot of other fonts like this bold sans, italic bold sans, all of these different cute fonts. However, the one that I found to be the most aesthetic was the first one, which is the bold serif font. I've changed the fonts for every single app folder title, and to spice it up, you can add emojis. However, I used to add emojis, but now I don't really like the way it looks. I feel like it's a bit too cluttered as far as like the different colors clashing against the wallpaper, so I'm just going to leave it as is. So yeah. However, if you do want to go ahead and add emojis, I'm going to insert in a little picture of my favorite aesthetic emojis just for some inspiration. So the next tip I have for having an aesthetically pleasing, organized iPad is to make customized widgets. So when you first order your iPad, when you first get your iPad, Apple has just like a bunch of random widgets here on the side. However, for a more aesthetic touch, I do like to customize and make my own widgets. So to make these widgets that y'all see here on the left of the screen, I use the app Widgetsmith, which is free on the App Store. And to make a widget, I'm just going to walk y'all through the easy process of how I made this like battery icon widget. And the process for making widgets is literally the same throughout, honestly. So I'm just going to show y'all how I made one. So I hit add small widget, and then it just generated this random widget here. I'm going to click on it and make sure it's a default widget. Click that, and then I'm going to choose what type of widget it is. And the one that I was going to show you how to make is the battery one. So I'm just gonna hit battery icon, because that's the type of widget. You can also do photo, like the one that I have here. To do that, you can just click one of these. And then to change the tint color, I like to keep my battery white, because I feel like it goes with the color that I chose for the background. So I'm just going to leave this as is. And then for the background color, I chose to do just like the regular pale pink that Widgetsmith offers, but you can also do custom colors. For the other widgets, I did make some custom colors and I saved them. However, I don't have the exact like hex code, so I really can't tell y'all how I made them, like the exact colors that I made them with, because I can't access that anymore. But you can just kind of play around with this color mixer until you find the color that you like. And then, so I'm gonna turn this back to pale pink. And then all you have to do is choose the border, which I didn't do any border. And then to add it to your home screen, you just gotta hold down on an app and click edit home screen. And then you're going to hit this little plus on the side here. Oh, what happened? Edit home screen, hit that little plus, and then you have to choose the app Widgetsmith. And then the widget that we just made is a small widget, so you're gonna hit add widget, and it's usually going to come up with the most recent widget you made. And if it doesn't, you can just make sure you get the right widget by clicking on it and choosing the name of the widget here. So that's the correct widget. So it might take a little bit to update, but you can just change it between any of the widgets that you've already created. So I'm just going to, and then to remove it, you just hit the minus sign, and boom, there we have it. How to make widgets. So this, again, this process is the exact same for the medium widgets, the small widgets. All of the widgets are literally made in the exact same way. So the next tip for having an aesthetically pleasing, organized iPad is to make custom notebook covers in the app GoodNotes. So this tip is more specific to people who are using their iPad for paperless notes using the app GoodNotes. So I recently discovered that you don't have to use just like GoodNotes standard notebook covers. In fact, you can actually make custom ones. So I'm going to start off by finding a picture off of Pinterest to use for the cover of my notebook. So I'm going to go first to the app Pinterest, which is in my socials, and then I'm going to go to my board where I have the aesthetic wallpaper board, and I'm going to choose one for my notebook cover. So the one that I want is this one, and I'm going to screenshot it, and now I can crop it, save it to my photos, and then once I go to the app GoodNotes again, I can make my custom notebook. So this notebook here for history has the regular GoodNotes standard cover, but if I wanted to change it to my custom cover that I just screenshotted, you're going to hit this 4 square icon, and then you're going to hit plus, which is going to add a new page, and you're going to hit image, because we save it to our photos. We're going to hit image, and I'm going to choose the recent image that I just screenshotted, and I'm going to move it to the first page of the notebook, and then I'm going to hit select, and I'm going to delete this original cover and hit done. And now that is the cover of my notebook, as y'all can see. Isn't that super cute? So it doesn't really matter the size of your image. Honestly, the size of the pages in the notebook will still remain the same, like nothing changed. But you now have an aesthetically pleasing, cute cover. So you see I've done this with my YouTube notebook using the wallpaper that I have for my home screen, and I'm going to go ahead and do that for the rest of my notebooks. But I just thought it was really, really cute that you can make custom aesthetic covers in GoodNotes. So the next tip involves settings. So you're going to go to the settings app and you're going to search up display and brightness, and it will take you to this appearance. So if you guys have watched my unboxing / setup video of this iPad, you would know that I originally set up my iPad when it was in dark mode. However, I decided to now change to light mode because I found it to be a lot brighter and a lot more aesthetically pleasing. So at night, I sometimes switch it back to dark mode because dark mode is way easier on the eyes. But as far as like aesthetic during the day, I like to keep it at light mode. So that's a really quick tip that y'all can use to make your iPad a little bit more aesthetic. The next tip is also in settings, and this one is in the home screen and dock settings. So you can kind of change your layout of your home screen by choosing between the more and bigger option. More, this one shows up to 30 icons on each page with the option to keep the today view on the home screen, and bigger shows up to 20 icons. So it just makes the size of the apps bigger. So if I'm gonna hit bigger, you will see that I have a lot less apps on my home screen and everything is just humongous. And the way I view my widgets, it's a little bit different than the way I would view my widgets originally. So you guys can kind of experiment with that. Personally, I like the more view just because it's a little bit less in your face. But if you do like the bigger view, I definitely would recommend going with that. Okay, so for the next tip, I'm going to show y'all how to change your regular app icons into aesthetically pleasing backgrounds. So an example of this would be this one, where I changed the Notes app into this aesthetically pleasing background. To do this, you'll need to have the iPadOS 14 update installed on your iPad. So you should go ahead and do that if you haven't already. And then you're going to go into the app shortcuts. And in shortcuts, you're gonna hit plus. And then you're gonna hit scripting. And then you're gonna hit open app. And you're going to choose the app that you want to change the icon for. So I'm just gonna do 2048 because that's the first option. And then I'm going to hit my shortcuts and hit save shortcut. So now it's saved. And I'm going to just name it 2048 because this is the name that's going to appear by on the home screen. So I'm just gonna hit 2048. There we go. And then I'm going to tap these three dots and I'm going to hit these three dots up here. I'm going to select add to home screen. And then I'm going to change the app icon by choosing a photo from my camera roll. And let's just do the one that we used for the GoodNotes notebook. And I'm going to hit use, and I'm going to hit add. And now, when I go on my home screen, I have the brand new 2048 app in this like aesthetically pleasing background. So I know a lot of people online make these like kind of wallpapers that look like the actual app icon, just in like more aesthetic colors. So you can go ahead and look into that. Personally, I decided not to do that for all of my apps because when you do it like that, when you click on the app, it takes you to shortcuts for like a quick second and then it takes you to the app, which obviously is not that big of a deal because it's only like 2 seconds. However, I do, it kind of bothers me a little bit and it's hard for me to just like find an app quickly. But I recommend doing it for like apps you don't use and you just want it to look pretty. So yeah, that's how you do that. So the last and final tip is not one that I can really show y'all, but I can tell y'all, and that is to keep your iPad neat and clean. So to do this, make sure that you're not filling up your iPad with a bunch of unnecessary photo, videos, and apps. To do this, periodically just go through into your camera roll and delete photos and videos that you no longer need. And you can also do the same thing with apps. This really just keeps your iPad having as much space as possible and also makes it look way less cluttered. Guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more new tech videos from me. I'm really enjoying this new tech content, so please feel free to comment down below any other videos y'all would like to see from me. So I guess that's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all next week when I release another video. See you, bye!